Forza Horizon 5 has a larger, more diverse car list than Forza Horizon 4. However, there are some rather special cars in Horizon 4 that are nowhere to be seen in Horizon 5. And no, I'm not talking about those stupid Lego cars. I'm talking about the unique cars that were utter game changers. So I've put together this video of the top 10 missing cars from Forza Horizon 4 that aren't in Horizon 5. Let's get into it. First up, we have the Teradyne Gurkha LAPV. If you think it looks like a tank, you're not wrong. It weighs about the same as one too, at 7.5 tons. The badge reads Teradyne Armoured Vehicles, which is really an accurate description of what this is. It was the perfect car to use whenever you needed some brute force, and often a good choice for mini-games such as Cops and Robbers or The Presidential Escape. It featured in every Horizon game since Horizon 2, then for whatever reason they decided not to include it in Horizon 5, which is a shame because there's not really anything similar in its place. In the number 9 spot we have the Maserati MC12. Now you may be thinking we do actually have that in Horizon 5, but that's the Versione Corsa, which is different as that's the racing version. What we don't have in FH5 is the standard road-going version, which in my opinion looks a lot more elegant, and the road-going version is still very much a legendary car in its own rights. In Horizon 4, it also had a Forza Edition variant, which had a speed skills boost, and it flew along like a rocket ship. I know we'll never get a return of the Forza Edition, but it'd be nice at least to have the normal MC12 back in FH5. Moving on to the number 8 spot, we have the Volkswagen Touareg R50. This may just look like a very basic SUV, but under that bonnet it has a 5-litre V12 diesel engine, which made a very satisfying sound. It also was quite a strong car for cross-country races in B-Class. So back in the days of FH4, it was certainly very overlooked. For the number 7 spot, or shall we say 007 spot, we have the James Bond edition Aston Martin DB10. This was part of a whole array of James Bond edition cars, from the James Bond DLC pack. While the DB10 is pretty much no more than just a concept, it's clear that this very much led the design inspiration on the newer Vantage. While we do indeed have that in Horizon 5, the DB10 just has a far cooler interior, and when you drive the Vantage, you're a James Bond wannabe, whereas in the DB10, you are James Bond. At the number 6 spot, we have the Shelby Monaco King Cobra. This featured in FH4 as part of the Barrett-Jackson car pack, and it was really only famous for one thing: drag racing. It could smoke anything at the quarter mile, and if it was in Horizon 5, there's a really good chance it'd be the best drag car in the game. In the number 5 spot, we have the Austin FX4 Taxi. The black cab is something very iconic to Great Britain, which is probably why we can't drive it in Mexico, but it was certainly very cool to have. It had a nice wide-body kit, which in Horizon 4 made it one of the most customizable cars in the entire game. Such was the level of customization. But this car was really made famous in the game thanks to the Aisha's Taxis Horizon story, where you'd essentially get the taxi driver experience, while as you progress, the car gets upgraded. It was certainly one of the best Horizon stories ever. Moving on to the number 4 spot, we have the Volkswagen IDR. The grip and acceleration of this thing was something else. While it was overall a fairly useless car, there was one thing it was extremely good at, and that's the very thing it was built for: hill climbs or descents. It could go barreling into a corner, somehow have the grip to get round, then shoot out the corner again. And there's nothing really like it in Horizon 5, so it must return. In the number 3 spot, we have the James Bond edition Lotus Esprit S1. This is another one of those special James Bond edition cars, which from the offset may seem like a fairly average sports car from the 70s, which it is until you toss on this body kit that turns it into the submarine it was in the James Bond film. When you turn, the fins on the side even move, so for driving underwater you can't beat it. And as Horizon 5 lacks a submarine, this should should return. For the penultimate car in this video, we have the Quartz Regalia Type D. FH5 may have some big cars, but nothing of the pure wow factor that this has. Because all of FH5's big cars were designed to be big, and therefore don't look like the monster truck that this is. It absolutely dwarfs every other car, which made it a really cool addition to the game. Finally, we have the Top Gear Traktor. It got introduced in Horizon 4 through the Top Gear Horizon story, which I'm just going to say is the best Horizon story of all time. If you disagree, you're wrong, I'm sorry. But as for the Traktor itself, it was just such a fun and unique addition to the game, which for A-class road racing was just so OP to the point where they had to ban people from using it online. But this really was one of the absolute peak cars from Forza Horizon 4, so it's a real shame it's nowhere to be found in Horizon 5. And that's all there is for this video. What cars from older Forza games would you like to see return? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.